Good morning, Southwest Florida, and welcome to Saving the Investor. I'm Alfie Townsend, and if you're one of the millions that are concerned about higher taxes, inflation, and the national debt, you're in the right place.
Coming up on today's show, Roth conversion done right, taking emotion out of investing, your customized tax map, and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
Why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our program on this Sunday morning here on NBC2. I'm Craig Wolf, alongside a certified financial planner professional, Alfie Townsend. Alfie, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's kick it off this morning with tax planning. We know that tax hikes are coming. They're going to be some of the largest, if not the largest, in decades. Roth conversions are a big part of your tax planning, but you have to be careful in how you implement them. Can you tell us briefly what they are and the ramifications of utilizing them?
Yeah, if you have a CPA, if we're doing Roth conversions, we want to work close with your CPA. If you don't have a CPA, we can help you with a CPA, but this is something you don't want to do by yourself, okay? Because it does affect so many other aspects of your retirement. It affects your Social Security. It affects if you're going to pay tax on Social Security, if you're going to really be your Part B, which is Medicare, and Part D, which is Medicare. You do too big of a conversion. What happens is you're going to have to pay extra. They're going to take money, like a surplus tax, because you made too much money. They're going to take it from your Social Security. So all of a sudden, you're used to getting $3,500. You're going to start getting $3,000 a month, and you're like, well, what happened here? So it affects everything. So we got to be very careful. We have a fantastic program that is going to take your income. It takes your tax returns. We put it through the system, and we say, okay, how much will this affect your taxes for next year if we do 100,000, if we do a 300,000 conversion? Or we can say, what is the best number to do? And the program will say, okay, it might be 55,000. And the reason for it is that it's going to go to your tax bracket of your current income, all your standard deductions. It's going to take your standard deductions. It's going to take anything that involves raising your income limits, and it's going to tell us what bracket you were in. Let's say if the thing about it is you don't want to be in a 35% tax bracket to do a Roth conversion. You want to try to be in that 24%, and it could be a 24 marginal, meaning you got into the 24, but overall you're paying like 17%. We're in a very, very, very low tax bracket right now. They're going to be raising. So if we can start to do some planning now, so your Social Security and your taxes stay low later, when you take money out of our thing is, hey, let's reduce your IRA now before you have to start taking it out at 72. So it serves a couple purposes.
We're starting the show this morning talking about taxes. It might seem like a silly question, but for those of us who are not as informed maybe as you are, why are taxes going up as much as they're expected to go up since the early 90s? Well, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's just the debt that we have. And, there's so much government spending, more government spending than I've ever seen. And people come in, I'm telling you, people are coming into our office and they are concerned. They're concerned with the spending, they're concerned with the debt, and they feel like we're not heading in the right direction. But in the meantime, I have to also, I agree with everything they're saying there, but what are you going to do? Are you just sitting in cash and just waiting? Or do you have a plan in place? And most people that we see do not have a plan in place. So our job is put a plan in place and protect their monies on down, when the market's going down. There's going to be some mechanisms in there to, keep it from going down as much as the market. But we cannot be paralyzed and do nothing. And that's what people come in. Sometimes they are paralyzed and don't want to do anything. And the ones that were paralyzed, in 2021 we just went through the pandemic. We were still in the pandemic, but if they were paralyzed, they lost about a 20 to 25% return because they were paralyzed. If they were paralyzed and they took their money out during the pandemic, they lost even a bigger return, over a 30% return. So you cannot, I always say this, and I feel what they're feeling. When people come in, their attitude, their sentiment of hopelessness of the country, sometimes I feel they feel, and I said, listen, the market doesn't feel feelings like you're feeling. Even though we might feel those feelings, we got to put those aside. That's what you pay us for, and that's what we pay money managers for, to take all that emotion out. And that's what you have to do. Take the emotion out, do some tax planning, and put your money to work to fight that inflation and to fight those rising future taxes in the future.
In another life, before I got into the TV news business, I had a very brief career on Wall Street. I wasn't very good at it. That's why I'm sitting here now talking to someone who knows what they're talking about. But I remember some debt clock that was running somewhere near the New York Stock Exchange, and I think it was like $800 billion, and people were freaking out. And it was, every second there was X amount of dollars. Now we're at 20-something trillion. 30.
Yeah. So we gotta tackle that down the road. But in the meantime, we can't sit on our hands.
Well, if you haven't had your coffee yet, that should have awakened you a little bit. Much more to come on Saving the Investor. Stick around.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
If you're concerned about creating your dream retirement, I have just the book for you. Unlike most books on investing, it doesn't require a large investment of your time. It's not filled with financial jargon or difficult to understand explanations. It's an easy read filled with valuable insights. So valuable, in fact, that everyone who's soon to be retired or already retired should have a copy on their shelves. And today, it can be yours at absolutely no cost. It's called Making Waves in Retirement, written by Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, radio show host, and TV personality. Making Waves in Retirement breaks down the insights that Alfie has gained in over 4 decades of helping people just like you plan for retirement. Real stories about real people, illustrating what they've done wrong and what they've done right. Strategies to help retirees and those soon to be retired make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. If you've saved for retirement, this is the book for you. Get your complimentary copy today simply by being one of the first 5 callers. The number to dial is 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. No strings attached. So if you're interested in living your dream retirement, you have nothing to lose and quite possibly much to gain.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Well, I'm very excited to talk about my new book, and this is Making Waves in Retirement. And not too long ago, I got to meet Captain Phillips. Now, some of you probably say, Captain Phillips, where do I know that name? Well, that name comes from he was the captain that was in Somalia, and his ship got taken over, and Tom Hanks made a movie about him. And the Navy SEAL came and they rescued him by shooting the pirates and everything. And this movie was, if you haven't seen it, I say check it out, because Captain Phillips was as cool could be. And in real life, he's the same way. He's just a fantastic guy. And, when you're a captain, you got to go through, you have to really take the emotion you're going to be in rough seas, you're going to be in different situations all the time, and you got to make sure you're even keel. When it comes to investing, it's the same way. A lot of times people do not take the emotion out of it. Right now, a matter of fact, the market's high, and people come in and say, Alfie, is a market too high to invest? I want to pull my money out, or they're sitting on the sideline. Worse yet, they're sitting on the sideline, and they're not just sitting on it, they've been sitting on it for the last year or two, waiting for the right time to get in. When is the right time to get in? I say the right time to get in is how you get in. Typically what happens on a new client when they come in, what we want to do, if they've been sitting on the sideline, we want to start it with a conservative portfolio and then dollar cost average it in when we have buying opportunities. So, we're not going to put it in all at once. And then there's portfolios out there also that totally takes the emotion out of it, because the algorithms are making adjustments throughout the month. So they're going to be making adjustments. So you don't have to worry about, should I sell? Should I buy? The best thing to do is take the emotion out of investing. And that's why I always say you have somebody like myself that will talk to you and explain things to you, so you know that you're not going to be jumping in and out, and I think your retirement will be a lot easier for you.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Looming tax hikes could have a dramatic impact on you and your family. Certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend has a tool. It's called TaxMap. It's designed to ease the impact of what will likely be the biggest tax hike in nearly 30 years. Alfie's TaxMap can help you lower your tax bracket, protect your money when taxes rise, and create tax-free income. High net worth investors employ Alfie's TaxMap strategies to protect their savings and preserve their legacy. And if you're one of the first 9 callers right now, you can too. Call 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. This complimentary TaxMap is only available to the first 9 callers right now, so don't wait. Again, 239-747-1080. The time to reduce future taxes and create tax-free income is right now. Call and ask for Alfie's TaxMap, 239-747-1080.
You have a club for every scenario, a driver for the long holes, wedges to get you over the hazards, and a putter when you need a touch of finesse. And you need plenty of these too. What about your retirement? Will you have enough to play the back 9? Find out today. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review with Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Call 239-747-1080.
You've got questions, and Alfie has the answers that will keep you on the retirement fairway. My company offers target date mutual funds. Can you explain what these are, and are they something I should consider?
So as a 401k, if you have a target date mutual fund, what that typically means is the later the date, the more aggressive it's going to be. The closer you get to retirement, the more really conservative it's going to be. The best thing to do if you're over age 59 and a half, if you can do what you call in-service withdrawals, you can control that money, you can roll it into your own IRA and have many, many more options than a target fund. I'm not a big fan of target funds because they're ETFs, they're not really managed. I think at this stage, if you're about to retire or soon to be retired, it's much better you control it and you have more options than to do a target fund.
Are all financial planners and investors fiduciaries?
A fiduciary is going to be someone that looks out for your best interests. As a certified financial planner professional, I'm a fiduciary. As a registered investment advisor, I'm a fiduciary. That means we have to put your interests first. Not all financial planners, or I should say advisors, are fiduciaries. Some of them are just do insurance products. So if they're just insurance licensed, they're not going to be a fiduciary. If they're a broker, some of them are fiduciaries, some of them are not. So you have to make sure that they are fiduciaries, and you ask them that question: are you a fiduciary? And let them explain what a fiduciary is. And really what it is we have to look out for your best interest first, which I think that's basic when it comes to financial planning.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
You know, retirement is really all about income. Straight into your bank account, monthly income. Regular, predictable, each month, every month. Well, Alfie has a checklist that can teach you a whole lot about it. You can't buy this checklist, it's free. All you need to do is call 239-747-1080 and request your checklist. Learn more about generating predictable monthly retirement income today. Call 239-747-1080. Welcome to another segment of Team Talk. I'm Mary Thompson in studio with Alfie Townsend, our founder and president. Alfie, I am very, very excited. You have completed your second book, and it's called Making Waves in Retirement, and you're tackling a lot of tough topics. You're using voting analogies, but really you're tackling those tough topics. And I think one of the biggest concerns that we have right now is inflation, and you address that head on. So let's talk about inflation.
You know, we haven't really had to deal with inflation over the last 15 to 20 years. Just hasn't been there. And I think one of the reasons why we haven't really had to deal with it was because Amazon. I always talk about the Amazon effect. Really drove prices down. You have, so between Amazon and then you got the Costco's, you always had good deals. Like, for example, I bought a TV. It was when we first moved here, I paid $2,400 for, it was just a TV that was probably 50 inches. I just bought a TV about a year ago, not even a year ago, 6 months ago, for the same TV for $350. So you didn't have to deal with inflation. It just felt like it wasn't there. But we are in inflation like it's never, we haven't seen it in over 30 years. But inflation is, I always call it, is a silent killer. It's a hidden tax. It's a hidden tax because it's costing more, and it really affects the lower income, middle class families worse than, someone that has a lot of money, that's making a lot of money. Yeah, they don't like having to pay extra for everything, but they can afford it. But the middle class, it's really hurting the middle class and the lower income families because it affects, transportation. I mean, cars are through the roof. If you wanted to try to buy a new car right now or if you sell your old car, you're going to make a lot of money on it. So, cars are very expensive. Your meat's up, bacon's up like 20-something%. So things that everybody eats, drives, it's affecting, and gas, it's just unbelievable. It's almost 100% of what it was just a year or so ago. So it does affect everything. Now, the best way to fight inflation is going to be a portfolio. It's going to be stocks. And we're going to do a segment later on regarding gold. Everybody talks about gold's a great inflation fighter. Well, if you think about it, and if you take 2021 was a very a year for inflation, started in 2021, and gold started at 1,800 and pretty much ended at 1,800 an ounce. So it didn't do anything during the highest inflationary time in 30 years. So gold is not the answer. Cash is not the answer. What's the answer is equities, and we're going to prove that to you in a segment down the road. It might not be today. We got to put something together. I did a great, I was able to, the great speaker, his name is Jeremy Siegel. He did something on inflation and taking inflation and what T-bills did and what the dollar did. And you'll see what inflation does to all those asset classes except equities. Equities is the best really fighter of inflation out there.
And a lot of people most of the people that we work with are wanting to make sure that they have an income plan put in place as well. And one of the components of dealing with the income plan is making sure that you're able to deal with inflation as well.
Because if you have a fixed income plan, a lot of people have the ones that are fortunate enough to have a pension, a lot of them are fixed. So if they were making $2,000 a month 10 years ago, $2,000 a month right now is not the same as what it was 10 years ago, and definitely not the same right now because the cost of everything up. So you have to make sure your income is going up, make sure you have really mechanisms inside your plan to fight inflation, because it's real. Right. It's real, and you got to tackle that, and that's what we do here.
Excellent. So this is a critical topic for people to talk about. So, well, I tell you what, if you would like to get a copy of Alfie's book where he's tackling these tough topics, go ahead and go to our website, Saving the Investor, and we'll send that right out to you. Pleasure being with you, Alfie.
Thank you.
All right, stay tuned for more Saving the Investor.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080. You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
When you're nearing retirement, it's important that your plan includes the proper steps to make an efficient and effective transition. There's a lot to consider. Will your income plan meet your lifestyle? How should you reallocate your assets? Is your withdrawal plan tax efficient? Practice does make perfect, but you only retire once. So how do you know you're making the right decisions and avoiding costly mistakes? Well, it's simple. Call Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. Alfie has more than 30 years of experience helping people just like you transition into retirement. So be one of the first 5 callers and get your complimentary retirement transition review. Call 239-747-1080. There is no cost and no strings attached. So call now, 239-747-1080. Your retirement transition review includes key deadline schedules, asset reallocation guidance, income plan analysis, and tax-efficient withdrawal strategies. Again, be one of the first 5 callers now, and this review is yours at no cost. Call 239-747-1080. You only retire once, so let's get this right. Call Alfie now.
One of our most popular programs that we have right now is the tax map. And what the tax map is, it really puts in perspective, should you be doing a Roth conversion or should you be doing some other tax planning now for the future? And what's nice about it, it tells you to the penny, we'll say to the dollar, it tells you to the dollar, if you invest this amount of money, convert this amount of money into a Roth, what it's going to cost you. Because remember, it's not just the tax bracket that increases, it deals with your Social Security too. There's going to be a Part B and Part D. So when you do Roth conversions, a lot of people say, "I'll just do a Roth conversion," but they don't know if they don't have this program, the tax map. You don't know if you're going to how much you're going to have to pay on your Social Security, how much you're going to have to pay extra, and this could be substantial amounts. So what we want to do is really customize one for you and say, if you convert $100,000, if you convert $200,000 each year, what it's going to cost you each year. But then what it will also show you is some tax-free money down the road. And if you're not 72 yet, if you're not having to take out required minimum distribution, if your advisor is not advising you on doing some tax planning now, you might need to get your own tax map, because what the tax map is going to do is it's going to customize one for you to tell you if you're going to be in a good position down the road for tax-free income. Remember, we are in a very, there's a lot of spending going on. Everybody comes in and says, Alfie, the government is spending. And what that's doing is adding to the deficit. And when you add to the deficit, the way that they're saying they're going to fix it is raising taxes. And if you think just the wealthy is going to be raised, it's not. Everybody's going to get raised. So if we can do some planning now for some tax-free money later, That's what the tax map's all about. So if you want your own tax map, this would be a custom tax map for you. Give us a call on the number on the screen and we'll get that over to you.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Retirement gives you long-awaited opportunities. You finally gain control over how you spend your time. But you also need control of your investments, of your hard-earned money. There are a lot of moving parts, and just saving over the years is the first part. What about generating income, your Social Security, minimizing taxes, or managing risk? If you save for retirement, call us at 239-747-1080. Retirement can last more than 20 years, yet many people don't have enough money saved to get through 1 decade, let alone 2. Call us at 239-747-1080. Let us show you how to make your nest egg go the distance. That's 239-747-1080.
Mondo Uomo specializes in remarkable clothing for the remarkable man. Like our exclusive selection of Bugatti and St. Croix shirts and sweaters. Visit our store in Naples at the Village on Venetian Bay or online at mondouomo.com.
Remember the Wall Street bailouts? Those same big banks and financial firms have been fined billions for misleading customers. And now they want to manage your retirement savings. Why would you trust them? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. My values are Main Street, not Wall Street. As an independent advisor, I don't work for shareholders, I work for you. If you want a fresh start with a local advisor, give me a call today.
Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples. Alberto, Bugatti, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.
We all have a picture of our perfect retirement, but how do we get there? At Advantage Retirement Group, helping you get there is our business. We're passionate about getting to know you, learning your hopes and dreams. Why? So we can work with you to achieve them. How? By maximizing the money you've saved, minimizing the dollars you pay in taxes and the risk you are exposed to, and creating a retirement income plan that ensures your savings lasts a lifetime. We're thankful to work with so many wonderful people, and we'd love to work with you too. Call Advantage Retirement Group today for your no-cost, no-obligation evaluation, 239-747-1080. Your retirement is too important to put off. Call now, 239-747-1080.